Hey guys, Crewman here, and I'm building a new mining rig. I have all of these pieces lying around. These GPUs, the last of my 3060s, the last of my 3080s, my last and original 3090, you know how much this one means to me, and a 90HX I got an insanely good deal on a while ago, have all kind of not really had a home. The 3080s were not profitable until very recently, but they're far from the most efficient things in my farm. So I actually sold all my 3080s with the exception of this one to keep as a tester for games and crypto and whatever. Same with this 3060 and that 3090. And I figured, well, if everything's profitable, maybe I should just put these on a rig. And I will most likely be doing the same for AMD. I'll have like a misfit rig, you know, like rigs of cards that are, you know, I normally wouldn't have on mining. The first ones to turn off, but then the first ones and the last ones to turn on. But when they're on, I might as well mine with them instead of just having them do nothing. These one, I mean, I got a really good deal on this Zotac, so this more than paid for itself. Got a good deal on this one, and this is an original launch day, well, RMA, but launch day, 3060, and, you know, I just wanted to keep it. This was, these are really good motherboards. I got this for like, I don't know, 20 bucks total for the combo a while ago, and they're small, and they have their own, they auto boot basically. They're like everything you need for a miner. I thought this was broken and I was about to throw it out and I was like, well, let's just test it and see if it works. And it does. My last 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, a little frustrating that this is what I'm down to. Thank you, CPU mining. So I actually have to order some more. I'm in the process of doing that now. Just a USB drive. Thanks, Micro Center, for this. Not sponsored, but they have really cheap USB sticks. Sometimes they fail, but they're still worth it. One of my 850 EVGA GQ power supplies, you could get these things for like 60 bucks in the ETH run, and they were incredibly amazing. And you could plug 4 GPUs into them, so they're great. So I'm going to use this to power the CPU and the motherboard and some of the GPUs. I've got some spare mining power supplies, a spare breakout board, just using that. I got some wires, I had a lot spare, and then I got more from farms and more from ripping apart my 3080 rig. Risers, I got them right here. I'm actually going to be using only GPU.com risers because these are my preferred risers. This is not a sponsored video. You know, I do like those guys and they have sent me some things like thermal pads in the past, but this is not sponsored. So I want to be clear, but you should be using GPU risers, in my opinion. They're more money, but I think they're worth it. Spare cables right here. All in total, this mining rig is costing me $0 actual dollars to build. So let's just build this and get this up and running. We'll do it one at a time and then I'll go over the steps and hopefully this could be help for a new miner or just if you guys want to watch someone build a mining rig. I haven't watched it in a while and I had the urge to build one. Alright, we'll be right back. So the easiest thing to do is to fit the motherboard. I'd recommend pre-fitting it. I lined up all the screws, so then we just got to screw it in. And also, you want to test the PSU with the power supply and everything. I've tested all these parts already, so I know they work. They're pulled from everything, you know, they're pulled from other things. So I would go ahead and get this fit in first, and that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I also plugged the power supply in. I only use 2 screws. Make sure that your power supply powers the same GPU and the same riser, and I will reiterate that because I want to put the server power supply probably like over here somewhere as I start to mount the GPUs. You know, the point of this one is just to add GPUs as I go. You know, testing ones, I'm not going to go crazy on this rig, and like I said, this will be the first rig off and last one on. Be right back. All right, so we've got the GPUs wired up for the 850. I'm going to put one 3080, one 3090. Now, one thing I want to talk about, you do not, for 3080s and 3090s, they both need to have at least two of their own PCIe power supplies. You don't want pigtails, so there's 2 plugs. There's this plug and there's this one, and you can see I wired off the pigtails. And what I'm doing is I'm using its own Molex cable. Now, normally one Molex can power 2, but I like to be careful, and I have plenty of Molex for these bigger cards because a Molex will only take max 75 watts, so you could put theoretically 2 on it. But this one, the 3090 is not being wired up right now because I'm about to do some benchmarking on COD with it, so I'm going to leave it there for now. There's no point in putting it on for the video then to remove it. I don't like to move GPUs that much, so I like to have it where I can put them easily. And so these are not connected, and this is not connected as well. So the idea is that, you know, you don't want to connect these while they're not on or not being used. So the idea is you just connect it when you're ready. Now remember, guys, the riser and the power supply and the GPU have to be on the same power supply. I have the 90HX And then I have the 3060, which will be going on this parallel miner. Oh, no, this isn't a parallel miner. The server PSU with the parallel miner breakout board. I did check to make sure they were compatible. So we're going to get those wired up right now. This one was a little dustier than I would have liked, so I cleaned this out, dusted it out, and we're going to get this one set up. Again, you want to always check your wires. You want to make sure you don't have any issues. This one looks a little weird, so I'm going to look at it again. And let's go ahead and get the 3060 and the 90HX wired up. Alright, excuse the Christmas tree in the background. I'm repairing it for my son. It broke and he wants it fixed. So this is, everything is set up. I mean, it's done. It didn't take too long. Now there is one thing I do want to talk about. Again, I want to go over these GPU risers. They're really well made. Now this one is dusty, but I just want to show you how well it's held up. This thing is over 2 years old. I've been mining with this since 2020. It's 3 years old now. I wanted to show you it banged up because of how durable it is. Like I said, you pay a little more for these, but you get what you pay for. And I honestly have never had one of these fail. I've gotten these freebie ones, and I did have to use these for a little bit as I had like all sorts of older GPUs running that I have since shut down or sold or whatever. And I definitely don't like these ones. They have issues. And I also believe in supporting other content creators and people in the crypto space, as they're all, I mean, everybody's out to make some money, but if you can make some money and support a good product and get a good product in return, they have excellent customer service. I definitely would check them out. So yeah, this is done. I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I'm going to put this in the farm, actually. And before I go ahead and lug it outside, it is kind of annoying that I had to use this frame. I would have preferred to use something smaller, but this is all I had, and the goal is to not spend any money on the parts personally for me due to my situation. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm in the farm. So it's weird, you know, I don't have like a lot of empty space, even though my farm is a little smaller. But let's get the light on. But I think I need to use my space a little more efficiently. So these CPU miners take up a lot of room, and I could easily make these more portable. What I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to take these two CPU miners and maybe put them up here, or maybe I'll put the GPU mining rig up here. That's actually kind of what I'm leaning towards, just to get it out of the way. I like to keep this area as like a work area, and over here I can put a smaller rig, which I may actually end up doing. I have a 12 server case coming, so part of me kind of wants to either move these over here or to put the 12 server case there, because I don't really know where else to put them. I don't want to put my CPU miners in the garage, because I want to try to get more hardware out of the garage and leave it just my 40 series KS Zeros in the test bench. I'm also thinking about maybe getting server cases. You know, I know GPU Risers has some, and they're a pretty good price for what you get. They're basically these X8 versions of the Octo miners, which are amazing server cases. I just have to figure out what I need to do, because I am running out of space, and I don't really want to put another rack. So, you know, talking to you guys, I think for now I might just put that GPU mining rig up here. I also have this space which I could do something with, which will require me to move this rig, which I will do. So I just got to figure it out. So I think for now I will move it up here. So I'll be right back when it's there. So let's zoom out. For now it's going to go up here. It's not pretty, but it works. I mean, it's safe, and I can just run it off this circuit, which I have plenty of power. The good thing is, since I got rid of those 3080s, I actually have a lot more power in here. I just have to add another switch over there. Probably going to go to my buddy and try to get he has a lot of network switches, try to get another one. As I have all of that full, and I will be adding some more CPU rigs. Now, I know I'm not most efficiently using this space with the 6000 series rig, but it works for now, and you know, until I absolutely need the space, I'll be good, because honestly, I don't really plan on doing too much expanding, and I'll talk about that more in a later video. However, let's just get this powered on and make sure everything works. So I'll be right back. So this Dell is dead, but I had some power supplies in here that a miner said he hadn't used in a while, so I grabbed one, tested it, and it actually worked. So I'll have to trash that. That's alright, it happens. But one thing I realized is I don't have enough power cables to go over here, so I gotta go make one real quick. So I will be right back after I do that. One of the best things I did was get this kit and a big box of like 250 feet of Cat 6, and I learned how to make my own Ethernet cable. It's a little bit of a pain, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty sweet, and everything is super cheap, and it's honestly, it takes a little bit of time. Not even take a little bit of time, but you can make the perfect length cables, and it's basically way cheaper than having to buy them all the time. Be right back after I make this. Building your own cables is sweet, but then you can have something where like the cable falls off, or you accidentally cut it off and you gotta start all over. Halfway done, I'll be right back. I've only been doing this for like 5 minutes, so it's not that bad. Alright, so the rig is finally up on Hive. I think it just rebooted itself. But anyway, the rig is finally up and working on Hive. Everything's set and mining well. I just had some dumb issues in the form of a dead USB drive, a dead power supply, and a dead USB thing. So that kind of messed everything up. But it works, and it's good, even though it just seemed to be restarted for some reason. But everything looks good and it's working. And yeah, that's it. This will go up here for, I don't know how long, but I'll just leave it up here. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. And this definitely took longer than I thought. I had to run another USB cable, which was quite annoying actually, because I had to bring it to another hub because I ran out of USB ports. I got to get another big one of these, I think. This is actually pretty clean, even though it doesn't look it, and it's super safe. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Fruitman out.